What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top player playing Risk Global Domination on PC. I have a daily release schedule on YouTube. I do Fix Friday every Friday, and I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, in the middle of the week. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. Today I am doing a special show with Risk Master Gabe. And the topic is very timely. In everyone's ears at the moment is fix the ranking system. So, Gabe, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. It's been a busy day. A lot has gone on in the Risk community in the last couple of days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Should we dive right into the topic?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's do that.
You were the impetus for this idea to just get kind of blown right into the public sphere. I had the idea and looks like we're not alone, huh? Who is this? Is this Doobie? I'm guessing it's Doobie, but I have no way of knowing. Right? Fix the ranking system, ladies and gentlemen. Riskmaster Gabe was able to keep his name change. This morning we had a lot of us had a message that said our ability to change our names has been restricted because a number of players on the leaderboard, particularly amongst the top 100, had changed their name to fix the ranking system. Why do you suppose everyone did that, Gabe?
Well, for starters, it's because the ranking system is completely broken. And we all decided that in order to protest SMG not really doing anything about it, we would change our names to something along the lines of fix the ranking system.
Yeah. It's been a year since I've been around in this community on Discord, and when I came around, there was talk of ranking system reset slash auto match coming in to replace the existing system, which met with mixed reviews. But in the entire time, I think that idea has completely fallen by the wayside, and we don't know what, if anything, is in favor. And it looks like status quo might just be the way things are at the moment.
I
And
would say that
yeah,
definitely.
yes, you think things are just any change has maybe been put on the back burner,
Yeah, for sure.
or if it
Any
hasn't,
like
we haven't been
any
told.
like reasonable or anything that can be added that can add value to the game has been put on the back burner. And they only care about the short-term gains of getting profits. And I talked about this with Phil earlier yesterday. I think he's gonna post his because we did a conversation on the exact same topic.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
And he's going to make a video on this as well.
yeah,
Okay. Um, how do I summarize the issue? Let's imagine this is a new player coming into the show for the very first time, and they casually play Risk and they understand this is a ranked game. And the way the ranking system currently works is it prioritizes very long win streaks at the detriment of any losses. And the higher and higher up you get, the more you're punished for losses. So the ability to see your opponent's stats enables a trend called noob grinding, where you play only 1v1s because they are the lowest risk, and you play only against the weakest possible opponents because, again, it is the lowest risk. So we currently exist in a system where to be a top 10 player, the only viable methodology is you have to play hundreds and often thousands of games against very, very weak opponents and almost never lose. Fair assessment?
yeah. I 100% agree with that.
Okay, ready up, please. So there's a couple of things that jump out as bad about that system. As a free for all purist, someone who's come from the game of Risk, sitting at a board game with my buddies over many, many years, I feel like the viability of free for all in the top 100 is extremely marginal, and I'm one of very few people currently active in the community who was able to do it at all. So that's the first criticism. I think the second criticism is that having the ability to grind noobs is a lose-lose. It feels bad for the top player because we have a bunch of repetitive, nothing, boring games, and I imagine it feels quite bad for the person getting eaten alive because they also have non-games, but they don't really know what they did to put themselves in that position. And I don't think this is an intentional thing, right? SMG did not create the system with that as a goal. This is an emergent phenomenon, being that we are all game players and we like to win. So we've iterated the best strategy for this system.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that analysis.
And from a certain perspective, you can't fault your players for doing what wins. It is the
Yeah,
thing that the system prioritizes.
it doesn't matter like what game we're talking about, whether it's Risk or whatever. Top players are always going to do what's best for them to get highest up on whatever ranking system or game that they're doing. Except for maybe something like chess, for example, where it's all about skill and you can't really use like tactics like farming noobs in Risk,
Yeah,
for
there's no way
example.
to game chess, is there?
No.
You either win or you lose. Well, and I just want to say that the whole ethos behind the suggestion, request, demand to fix the ranking system is not screw you, SMG, you're the worst. Like, that is not where I'm coming from. I am beyond grateful to have access to this incredible game that I love and spend so much time on. I mean, look how many hours are in your account here, right? Like 1,209 hours played, 5,000 games. Look at Gabe, right? Or look at someone like me, similar, like 1,500 hours. Like, this is a lot of time and effort top players are putting into a game. We're not coming at it from this is shit and fuck you and it sucks, right? That's really not my attitude. My attitude
Exactly.
is
This is
I'm
this is
so
more
grateful. Yeah,
constructive criticism.
yeah. So who do you listen to, right? Do you listen to guys like us who have painstakingly created the soapbox on top of which we stand? Like you put, I would say equivalent hours into your YouTube work, right?
Yeah, it's been going on at least for a couple of years now.
You care a lot about this.
For sure, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't I don't think to change my name on the leaderboard lightly. I don't say, "Hey, this is just a fun thing. Let's mess around and see what happens." This is something that
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's more than just oh, I'm gonna change my name to this because it's funny. It's we're actually trying to get something accomplished with it.
yeah. And anything at this point. It's not
Yeah,
like
anything is better than nothing, for sure.
yeah, it's not like we need it to be perfect right away. We just need some kind of feedback that's saying, "Hey, change is coming. We are working on this." And it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, for the most part, they haven't really been talking to us at all, or as much as they should be.
Feedback was collected in October. Right? There was that big thread and I did a video and I did a post and all that about hey, let's fix the ranking system. Okay. What was that? A quarter ago? Almost half a year?
A very long time
Yeah.
for something like this. Yeah.
Maybe I can go back to the summary of the points that were made in the video because this would be useful, I think, to have in this video as well. So, there was a big thread back in October about how we fix the ranking system, and I think let's summarize 5 big points, and you can tell me, Gabe, where you weigh in on all of this, and if you want to add or subtract or whatever. Five
Sure.
five main points would be: number one, separate the 1v1 and free for all leaderboards. 1v1 and free-for-all Risk are not the same thing. You cannot equate apples and oranges. They should not be considered to be the same rank. Yes?
I think I would agree with that. Yeah.
Right. All right, so number 2, balance the SP gain / loss per game to be a more fair reflection of the skill of the player, right? If we are horribly, horribly punished at the top of the leaderboard by even a single loss, and we are not remotely rewarded, at some point there is a disincentive to continue playing ranked.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember when I was up there at around top 20, I think it was like I lost 150,000 if I lost a game, and then around like 3 or 4,000 skill points if I won a game. So I had to win at least like 50 just to get it back.
Right. Sounds like a
So
lot of
then,
work.
yeah, just as you said, it disincentivizes someone from not wanting to play or putting in the time to do that over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I just want to linger on that point for a minute, right? We're talking about a system of incentives. So you can say, yes, in a perfect world, the perfect person would behave a certain way. But we don't live in a perfect world, right? We live in this world. And
Yeah, that's
everyone
true.
wants to win. So given that, how do you design a system that is the most fair? All right, so point number 3 is strongly incentivize playing to win. We see a lot of people complain about playing for second or people throwing games, and in free-for-all Risk, that's a real thing. So almost solely rewarding the winner or doing some other methodology was the third of the 5 threads that I came to in that ranking system post. Number 4, tell me what you think about this one. Some kind of rank decay.
Rank decay. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, so currently as it is players sit at the top of the leaderboard, and they can just sit at the top of the leaderboard forever as long as no one else has SP more than them. They stay at that rank, right? So incentivizing people to at least play a little bit to maintain their position.
Oh yeah, I think they have done something good about that. Is where like if you don't play a certain amount of time, then they just like remove you from the leaderboard, or they take away some of your points. Do you like they've done that a couple of times?
Have they? That might be before my time. All I've seen so
No, I
far
think it
is,
was
is that
actually pretty recently, more recent.
oh, when they take okay, so they remove inactives from the leaderboard, but as soon
Yeah,
as you
that's what
play
I
a
meant. That's what I
game,
meant. Yeah.
you repopulate at whatever SP you're at.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. So they don't actually remove your points. You just have to play a game to get back to where you were before.
exactly. And then the final thing I think is the one that they should focus on as the priority is the end of noob grinding. Like, just don't give me data on my opponents, right? If you just blind me to the stats of the opponents in my lobby, I don't know who I'm playing. So I have to take a real risk that they could be good, they could be bad, or they could be anywhere in between. And that's fair, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
more
not
much more fair
predatory.
and
Yes.
logical than just like, oh, this person has like a horrible stats. Let me just go and noob farm against them, take their points for free.
Right. So yeah, so that's the summary. That's the best sort of thing that I've come up with. And again, I'm not pretending to have a perfect solution. Um, I'm just suggesting that the time for change is overdue. Would you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
We're
Like
not alone.
maybe the most important thing that they've done in the past, like the most thing that they've added to the game is probably like Capital Conquest, and that happened at least like 2 years ago. And since then, all they've been doing is adding stuff that adds value in the short term, like adding maps and cosmetics and avatars. Which sure, that's good for your business, like and can give you some money and profit in the short term. But in the long term, that's not gonna be very helpful for people who actually invest a lot of time in the game like us.
Okay, so here's where I want to go with that one because I believe that the devs think Well, these top players are such a tiny demographic of our audience that we can't afford to listen to them. We have to cater to the newer player because there are so many more newer players, and they provide so much more of the revenue that these are the people, right? It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business. Yeah, I can understand that point of view also.
Okay. So, how do we find win-win there? Given that it is a business and they need to make money, do you believe that our voice is irrelevant in terms of, and by our voice I mean top players, right? Is our voice irrelevant in terms of adding to SMG's bottom line?
I would say to an extent, yes, and it's because, like you said, there. I would say yes and no.
Okay.
So yes, because the like lower rank people make up a larger demographic, and um, they would get more money from whatever the those people are wanting to have to the game, add to the game, are wanting to have import into the game. But um, no, they also have to like worry about what the top players are saying because we spend more time in the game. Like if you just think about it, the amount of people at the like lower ranks that make up more of the community, they might spend, let's say, like a couple of hours per game, but then all the top players combined, they've probably spent way more time. So like, you see what I mean? Like we probably spend more time overall than uh, the sum of all the people who are lower ranked.
Sure.
So yeah, yes and no. It's not an easy, simple answer.
Well, so here's my perspective, and please tell me what you think. So, I think about this as my voice and your voice as top players, as content creators, are extremely loud and prominent. And it's a privilege, right? This is not something that I undertook lightly and was just like, I'm going to sacrifice any credibility or any clout I might have um, to stand up and say, please listen to me now. This is very important. But I think that your newer players and your average players need something to aspire to in your game, right? One of the appeals of having a ranking system at all is having a goal, right? Having a path, something to achieve. And I think cutting out the voice of those most invested people, not considering it or considering it to be irrelevant, is a very dangerous thing because inside of all of us is nested the new player we once were, right? We started this game from nothing and
Exactly.
we've
Yeah,
come
we
to
were
where
all
we are. Yeah, we
in
were
the
all,
beginning.
yeah,
We were all novices. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. So to imply that I don't have empathy with what the new player would want and would value, I think is a miss. I just also have a depth of understanding of what this system actually incentivizes and the hope that we could do so much better with what I see as minimal effort. And again, I'm not a game developer, so perhaps it is incredibly frustrating to hear some idiot online like myself pontificate about how it seems so easy to make a change. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a lot of effort. I'm trying to be as charitable to SMG's position as possible.
Yeah. It maybe not. Also, it might be a little bit more difficult to do the technical side of it, like implementing this. Like, it might actually take a lot more effort and time than we might think because we're not actually the developers and we don't know exactly how they would do making changes like this.
Right. So we stood up together and we said, we're all going to change our name on the leaderboard to fix the ranking system. So there was what? A third of the top 100, a quarter of the top 100, something like that, changed their name?
Yeah, for sure. I remember it was at least 6 out of the top 10, and then like 9 out of the top 20, and then however many more were who also changed their names in the top 100.
And you can
So yeah,
suspect that
definitely,
many
yeah,
players who didn't change still agree with the sentiment.
yes,
This is a fairly
most likely.
ubiquitous sentiment. Please change the ranking
Yeah,
system, right? Fix the ranking
yeah.
system. I mean,
Fix the
the
ranking system. It's not a complicated request. It's just fix it, please.
please. And we love this game, right?
Yeah, we love it.
If
Yeah,
we didn't love this game, we wouldn't act so much like we care. This is a thing that is
exactly.
very important
Yeah,
to
yeah,
many people.
for sure.
Where else can we go with this game? What am I missing?
Oh, did we discuss about how they removed the names and everything?
Ah, so SMG's response to this.
Yes.
I'll tell us.
So basically, after we did all of that, and so many people changed their names to fix the ranking system, today, at the time of this video, SMG actually decided to force everyone to not be able to change their names. They basically took away that right, and now um, we have basically our default risk names. Like, so now we don't even have the ability to change our names anymore. I
Which,
think that was what it was. Is
which
that
is
correct?
which is kind of like how one of the ways I could have predicted them to respond. Like from SMG's perspective, it's like, wow, this is not a good look. A newer player now looks at the leaderboard and says, "What is this? Is the leaderboard broken?" Because a lot of people are saying to fix it.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
can
it's
totally
not
understand that. They
intuitive.
probably, the newer players who saw that, they probably misread it. They just didn't understand what was going on. They didn't see it like, oh, this is a peaceful protest or something. But they probably saw, oh, somebody hacked the leaderboard. Now we have like however many people are using the same exact name. What is going on? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then just sent like a bunch of reports to SMG. And then SMG saw that. And then they just made the decision on the spot. Like, we can't have this going on. And now there is a backlash of all of that from everyone who is frustrated with that decision
Hmm.
and frustrated with the ranking system overall.
So what do you think would have been a more correct response, if not in if not removing us from our ability to change our names? How would you have addressed this?
I think probably something safer to do would be to like at least send like an announcement or something saying, okay, this is not allowed or something, and then at least then they would show that they're acknowledging that that what we're doing is incorrect because we didn't even know going into this that that was something that was wrong, right? Like we thought that this was just us doing something to try to help the game. It wasn't like we said earlier. It was a constructive criticism. It wasn't like we dislike SMG. They're doing something really bad. It was like we need to improve the game, right?
Yeah, I would love to see improvement come from this. I don't cause trouble for its own sake. I don't see that as being fun or entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
So
if
that's what I would have done instead of just removing all the names. They should have been a little bit less. Oh, there's something bad happening. Let's do something right away. They should have given it more thought and foresight because now everyone, or a large section of people, are in the top, especially in the top players, are really frustrated with that decision. And um, now I think it gives us more room to start thinking about what we can do to potentially make it better for the game, like working together to work on new ideas that we can add. And that's already going on as we speak. You agree with that?
sorry, I had to play my turn. Um, I think the response I found the response to be completely unsurprising. Um, what I would like to see, and what I think is a minimum of PR at this point, minimum necessary standard of PR from the devs is, hey guys, we know you care about this, and we're working on it, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, I think
I
that's
think the
kind of
fact
my thoughts
the
on it
fact
as
that that
well.
isn't happening tells me they're probably not working on it.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the fact that they're not being more transparent with us, and not telling us those simple things, it's pretty obvious that they are like not, as you said, they're not really doing anything.
Prove me wrong, please. Right? Like, please show me you're doing something. I want there to be positive change. I think we deserve there, and that's a big one, right? Do we deserve a fair ranking system? Do we deserve something that isn't predatory, that isn't feel bad for all parties?
Yeah, it's horrible for the person doing it, and it's also horrible for the person being going into those matches and getting completely destroyed just because they don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what to do with it anymore. Like, I want to think of myself as a top player. I want to. Ooh, I think I die. Oh no, Pink dies. I want to think of myself as a top player. I want to be able to prove it. Um, I would love to have my name at the top of the leaderboard, but I don't feel like this is the way. At least it doesn't feel meaningful.
I agree with that.
So why do I keep grinding? You know? It's vanity. It's the desire to prove something to others, to prove to them that you're good. Eh,
Yeah, I think that's at the core of at the core of the game, and probably at the core of a lot of things.
yeah. I've been curious ever since I now I die. I've been curious ever since I set out on this. Just how good am I at the game of Risk? Ooh, maybe I don't die. And there's no real way for me to know.
Yeah, without having a proper ranking system where you get to play against equally strong opponents, or at least opponents that are similar skill wise, to know that, oh, I am the number 10 or whatever player in the world, or I am this high up in the ranking system.
Yeah. And also part of it, I think, and you can tell me what you think about this too, but part of it was to legitimize this video work I do. Because if a newer player looks at you and looks at the leaderboard and says, oh, this guy's top whatever, maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a fair assessment.
I'm just starting to come to a place where I wonder if I should even give a shit what other people think. Because a lot of top players, their response to this has been to just hide in right, play whatever they like and just hide on the leaderboard wherever they stack up. We have a ton of top players, even like in the boundary between master and grandmaster. Like Miss Tigress here. I'll use an example. Miss Tigress, top grandmaster, won a free for all tournament. I saw her the other day, and it's like ranked as a master. Like, what are you doing this? She's like, yeah, I lost a couple of games. Well, that doesn't sound like a reasonable situation for someone as good as I know she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, for sure. There's actually a period of time where I just didn't even care at all. Like
Right.
after making it to around the top, making to 11th, and then like losing a few games, and later on, like I just kind of lost all desire to keep ranking up. So I can understand that, because um the ranking system is like to the point where you and this much amount of time into it, and it's not even like worth, like it comes to it where it's not even worth it, and it's also not even worth it because it's kind of it is meaningless. And that's a horrible thing to have in the game.
Yeah. I want to be constructive. I don't want to harp on about the same things. I don't want to bitch to just bitch. But the aggregation of this opinion, right? This is not a minority opinion. This is not a fringe opinion.
No, for sure. This has been going on for a long period of time, and there's many people, many top players, many people on Discord who share this opinion that I know personally.
And I think this was the clearest way I could show that to be true.
Yeah, because in the past, what we've done is we try sending suggestions to SMG, and most of the time, those suggestions take a really long time to be implemented, or they don't even get evaluated by the persons looking at them. So this would make it a very obvious thing that we want something to be done to the game, at least bring it to their attention. Like, if somebody's just looking at the leaderboard and they see everyone like in the top 100 or whatever, they see fix the ranking system, it's going to be very obvious that something's going on, and the developers will be able to see it better.
I haven't seen anything implemented.
Yeah, they
haven't. That's why I started so small, right? I was like, okay, what's the test case? What's the proof of concept? Let's see if they can change the number on Shikaku. You know what I mean? One number. Lowest effort possible. Show me you care. Please.
Yeah.
Well,
just setting the bar as low as possible.
Well, you have to prove the concept. Right? You have to go into it and say, am I wasting my breath here? Do you think I'm wasting my breath?
I don't think you're wasting your breath because of our reach as creators and our ability to impact the game. I think there is some sway in what we do and what we say, and what the top players are doing and what they are saying. So I think it's good to try to voice our opinions and try to make change.
Why?
And we'll see exactly what ends up happening. I'm really hopeful that SMG can start listening to at least some of those things, especially with regards to fixing the ranking system and adding some of the other things that we've been asking for so long.
Yeah. Well, the Risk Ideas channel, where there is a series of upvotes and some things get upvoted and some things are redundant, right? And you hear the same things over and over again, similar to what often new players want, right? New players want a better gem system. New players want to not disconnect. They want a better AI. They want the dice to not be bad. You know how people have poor intuitions with probability. There's just the same complaints over and over and over again. And
that just comes from lack of understanding, lack of playing the game, and just like not knowing exactly what is going on, I guess.
And how elitist of us, right? To imply that our perspective is better. We understand what's going on or whatnot, right?
True. Yeah, that's also true.
No, it is what it is. Like, yeah. I look at this and I say, I have spent this much time and energy into this system. I care enough about this. Ooh, he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss the kill.
Just to go through the 23. Yeah, he's also blocked fully. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because even if he went through that 23, he was blocked by his 1. So. And now you get the kill.
Yeah. I think I get everything. Actually, if I kill you, I don't set in. Yes, I do. GG.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna win this game. You can just take me out, and then you can take him out after that. Yeah, you have way more troops than him, so it's just a matter of like finishing him off. You have plenty of time to do it also.
Sorry, I had to concentrate for a second there.
I totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Oh, I didn't get it!
Oh no, you lost it.
Let's see it.
That's unlucky.
Nice.
Really unlucky.
Nice. Let's see it. Good game.
He has a trade. He has to have a trade.
He must.
Scorecards.
Oh, no trade.
Oh no trade, unlucky. Well, you would have won anyways. So.
You would have been that little cat and mouse race, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Game, man, that was he played well. Got the win.
Thank you.
Had a couple of kills there. Cowboy kind of messed up on killing white. Or, no, it wasn't Cowboy. It was
Purple was
Don
Aria. Yeah.
Yeah, he messed up
Aria.
on. Yeah. Yeah. Close game.
All right. One more?
Sure, I can do one more.
What are you feeling?
We can try something on classic.
Sure.
Because I'm more familiar with classic and like play it a lot. So let's try doing a progressive on classic.
Sure. Classic progressive. Nothing fancy.
I really don't think no. We can just keep it simple.
Sure. Post that here.
Now, maybe I think it's a good idea if we want to add people to the conversation.
Yeah, well, they're
here.
They're welcome to come if they'd like.
Yeah, sure. Ren was here earlier.
Hey, Marin's here. Nice. Hey.
That's very nice, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Doobie.
Doobie, yeah.
All right, Snake's gonna play. Cool. And ready up. Yeah, it's very hard for me to come out and say I think you should listen to me because XYZ. Right? That's what I loved about this game initially being ranked. Right? It cuts out that element of mystery where it's like, well, should I listen to this guy? Does he know what he's talking about? Is he an idiot? Because there's a lot of people that will spend a lot of time trying to tell you how smart they are and that you should listen to them and that they're right. And I used to do that when I was younger. A lot. And I kind of grew out of it. I think I like to hope I'm a better listener now. Hey, look at this South America you got.
It's lucky. It's lucky. Yeah, I'm kind of the type of person who's more listening. I don't usually try to be saying like, oh, you should listen to what I'm saying a lot. But in this specific instance, I think that it was definitely worth trying to do that.
Well, but it's not just you.
Normally,
you're not. This isn't you, right? This is us.
Okay.
We agree.
Yeah, it's not about one person or one somebody saying something. It's like it's all of us who want this to happen.
Yeah. And I think that's a very significant thing to linger on. That if there isn't a system of feedback where people can come together and say, we need change, please fix this, then this happens, right? The transparency and the feedback hey, that's my tune,
Yeah, for sure. It
needs
needs
to
to get a
be
lot
there.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants this. Well, maybe some people do because they like causing trouble. I'm not the kind of person who likes causing trouble.
Yeah, not me either. I'm the
Yeah.
kind of guy who wants to get something done and get something fixed and a solution to something,
Right.
make it better.
And that's this community. Well, there's no way you don't
I
win
can
this
agree with
game,
that.
right?
There is a lot of people here spending a lot of time trying to suggest things and add things that we can start doing to improve the game.
We are analytically minded folk, aren't we?
Yeah, for sure.
And then the problem comes in is that SMG looks at us and says, okay, we're going to fix the ranking system. How do you want to fix it? And then they get inundated with a bunch of contradictory suggestions, right? I do not envy their position because no matter what they come up with, they will not have a solution that satisfies everyone. And Frail was also making the point that they also won't have a solution that is free from being gamed, right? As game players, we will figure out a way to min max that system too, right? It is inevitable. That will always occur. I think you kind of just have to accept that and work within the confines of the expectation that game players will game the system and try and make it the most fair you can.
Yeah, there's two sides to it. It's like one where you want something to be done, and then another where you kind of have to accept the reality of the situation and realize that not everything that you want to be done can actually be done. It's not feasible. Um, but at the same time, you should still be hopeful for better things to happen.
I've been very hopeful. I
Yeah,
remain very hopeful.
I do as well.
Yeah. I think as time goes by, though, there's a real opportunity cost to delay. I think it's likely that many top players have left the game permanently because of this. And I think it's also likely that many top players never became top players because of this. Right? We lost some great minds before they had the chance to really sink their teeth into this game. Do you see that as being reasonable?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't like what's going on, they're you and it goes for us as well. Like we if we didn't like what this as much as we did, we probably would have left it as well, right? Is that a fair assessment? Or
It's
do
hard
you
for
agree?
it's hard
Agree?
for me to put myself in other people's shoes about it. Like I found this community to be so welcoming. Um, the response I've gotten to my video work and to making friends in Discord and having a lot of fun with it. It's all
Yeah, that adds
positive in my
another
life.
thing. It's not like community is perfect here. It's everyone's pretty friendly. Can get along with them. They can tell you about different things like, oh, this is how I got better at the game. This is how I got to X amount of rank. And want to play with me? Sure, let's play together. And then it goes from there.
Yeah, I think if not for Discord, many people wouldn't be around, right?
For sure.
It's not really something that the game has done as much as right the players who create and maintain this
Who make it
community
going,
around the
make it
game.
and
Yeah,
keep it going.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we have all of these ideas, and we offer them for free, and we are
Yeah,
happy to help. So,
yeah, yeah.
if and when the devs choose to listen to that, they can avail themselves of the opportunity.
For sure.
Now, what if I were to... You know, just a little... Make it a little harder on you.
Okay. I mean, I was given a good position.
You were. I sympathize with SMG. I really do. I wouldn't have been happy to see that. I'm not trying to make any more work for anyone.
For sure, yeah. We have to be able to see both sides of it, like the side where we want things to be done, and then the side where the people who actually have the ability to get things done. It takes time. It takes a good team. And it takes a good person. It takes all of these different people that need to work on it, and we might not know exactly the ins and outs of everything that they do in their day-to-day operations.
I just need the feedback. I need to know it's being worked on. I need a reasonable timeline. Do I deserve any of these things? No. No, I don't deserve shit. Right? But I would like it.
That comes back to the reality part of it.
Yeah. And I don't threaten, right? I'm not going to say, oh, if this doesn't happen, I leave, or if this doesn't happen, I stop making video, or whatever. Like, I'm happy to give. I'm happy to offer. People keep coming to me every day, and they're like, oh, Pete, thank you so much for the work. You helped me do this and that, and that's very meaningful to me. So that's enough for me to keep going. I would just like, in the face of all of the work, be able to honestly say, yeah, this is a reasonably accurate measure of your skill. And it's fair and it's fun. And I don't think any of that is too much to ask.
Same.
Yeah.
I have a pretty much exact same. Because like I said, I also do same.
Yeah, you
work,
must get it on
same
you must get it on a daily basis, right? People comment on your channel. They're like, "Oh, Gabe, thank you so much for your work." Right? Please keep making the video, right? All sorts of that stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure. That comes up. Yeah.
And it like totally makes your day. It's
Yeah,
really
it does.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next for you in the competitive sphere?
Probably 1v1.
Yeah, you're gonna compete in this season.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I think so.
Excellent. Excellent. You prefer 1v1?
Yeah, just because it takes less time,
Ah.
and for the most part, that's basically it.
Sure. I saw you played in this season's GM tournament.
Yeah, I was just trying it out because I saw you hosting it, so I was like, okay, let me check this out, see what's going on.
But
And
you didn't engage with the
didn't
VC.
get through. I didn't make it through.
But you didn't engage with the VC, right?
Oh yeah, no, I
You
didn't. I was
you
listening to
listened.
it.
I know. I
Yeah.
watched you listen, but you didn't talk. Can I ask why? Do you find it
I just
intimidating?
I just didn't want to like distract myself. It wasn't intimidating. I just didn't want to distract.
Okay. It's been something I've really been trying to promote because I think it's such a deeper layer of strategy that is like completely atrophied or non-existent from most players' skill sets. And it's really been right. It's been a core piece of the game of Risk for me. So I'm trying to like share that with the other grandmasters.
Fair enough. I can understand. Respect that.
Yeah. And I find it really fun. That's another part of it. Like if I didn't enjoy it, obviously.
Yeah, you can kind of get to listen to other people's thoughts and like strategy into going through it, into the each part of it. When I was listening to it, I found it pretty interesting what Olive was saying in those games. It's pretty intelligent.
Yeah, he's a great player. I love how direct Olive is. Like, he's an extremely logical mind, you know what I mean? Like, if this, then that, sort of.
Yeah, yeah. He breaks it down pretty succinctly.
He's been doing well so far. I think I actually I have
Yeah,
to face
yeah.
him this week.
You have to face him this week.
I think so.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I love this
Yeah.
so this season's tournament has been all free for all. It's been 48 players cut to 24, then cut to 12. Like, we lose half of the players each week. So I guess this week is the second last, and then it'll be the finals game next week. But now that FFA finals is winding down, I don't know, what am I going to do to compete? I can take a break, I guess. Should I play in the 1v1 tournament?
You should definitely try it out.
But I'm lousy.
I would recommend it.
I'm not any good, though. You know what I mean?
Just gotta put some time in practice.
You think?
Yeah, I think you could do it.
Okay. Everyone thinks I should try. I hate trying, man. Why can't I just be good at everything?
It takes a lot of time to be good at everything.
I guess. Ooh. Yeah, he's going for it, eh?
It is. Oh. No.
Bad roll. Yeah, well, now you kill sneaks.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Of course it's worth it. Mm.
Got it.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Cool. And the rest on the 13. Yeah, let's see if he's got it. Let's see if he's got it.
Faster.
It's close. I
Good enough, is it?
don't think you got it. You could get lucky. Ooh,
Nope.
bad roll. All right, who gets
Really
me?
unlucky.
Marin gets me. All right, GG.
Yeah. I think it was the right move, though, right?
I think it was too risky.
Too risky.
Because I think you were already ahead, so you gave away your lead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gave away your
No,
lead for
yeah,
a
I
kind
gue- I
of
guess
marginal kill.
Yeah. You're right.
But
yeah.
also,
Yeah.
the risk to taking out an opponent in that context can still be really good, because it's just like, well, now I only have to face one less person.
Right.
And you didn't really give away much, right? You're still tied with Marin. I guess you're a card behind. Oh, Marin's going for another kill. Maybe not. Maybe Marin sweeps.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that might have been the... It came down to a 10v7, right?
How much do you like 10v7s?
I mean, it should be favorable. It was more than 50%.
Sure.
Yeah, that was
But
probably
how
a
much
little bit
more?
of a risk.
Do you hinge your game
Yeah.
on more than 50%?
Yeah.
Oh no, now he kills you.
He's going for white.
Uh,
How much does he get for that trade? 35. Yeah, he should be able to win it.
looks good to me.
Yeah. But yeah, it just came down to that 10v7. Yeah, it was also a last second decision, so I probably shouldn't have done it. I thought I had enough though.
Oh, I think you did fine. It was
Yeah.
marginal either way, right? You're like, could I do
Yeah,
it? Could I
marginal, yeah.
not do it?
Yeah. I'll end up getting second place, so
Yeah, you did good. GG.
yeah. GG.
All right, Gabe. Um, I think I'm going to end it here. There's one thing I want to do before I end the show, and you can stick around if you'd like or not. I'm just going to read out for everyone the post I made in response to the latest situation. So, do you want to just stay on the line and we can close the show after?
Sure.
Okay. So, how do I go back? It's a lot of scrolling. All right. Fix the ranking system. Imperative verb. Yes, it is a demand. Could this have been asked nicer? More politely? It was. When I joined Discord a year ago, there was talk of an automatch only ranking system being imminent. Players were unsure of the merits of investing further effort in the old and agreed upon broken system, if there could be a reset at any time. How do you determine who to listen to? Whose voice has weight? I have gone through a fair amount of effort to build this soapbox, so please indulge me if you'd like. SMG has a problem. Do you listen to the endless masses of newer players who will quickly be attracted to shiny things and just as quickly attracted to the next shiny thing? Or do you listen to the few of us here, the 1% of the 1% who care enough about this game to spend thousands of hours playing, teaching, creating content, and building community? It is rare that I take the opportunity to tell people they need to listen to me. The audacity of that position. I prefer to pour out hours and hours of my mind online in a take it or leave it style. You are free to consume as much or as little of my nonsense as you'd like. Fix the ranking system isn't an attack. This isn't screw you, SMG. This isn't listen to me because I'm right and you're wrong. This is our way of showing you that we all agree. All your top players see this as a very serious problem. All your top players love this game and are grateful for your work. All of your top players want a fair game, not one where, in order to satisfy our vanity and call ourselves the heavyweight champion of the world, we have to punch hundreds and hundreds of babies in the face until we are awarded the title. We are all complicit in a predatory system of rank grinding, a system with no real winners. I understand that resources are dear. I understand that this tiny subpopulation is not a significant money maker, at least not obviously. If you lose your top players, it is not guaranteed that more will come along to replace them. Newer players need something to aspire to. How many countless people have we lost to the realization that the leaderboard is an unfair joke? I understand this is not a good look. We have waited patiently. There was no other way. I volunteer to bear the full weight of this. Please do not punish others for speaking their mind. You may call me whatever name you would like. The truth is, my vanity will never be satisfied, no matter what I am called. This was the only way to show you how many of us care so much about this. but we are powerless. Please prioritize this. We can't afford to wait any longer. While fancy dice are cool, fix the ranking system. Please. And thank you so much for this game. There you have it.
It was perfect.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Gabe. Thank you for doing this show with me, man.
Loved it. It was a pleasure talking with you as always.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, buddy. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even a little educational and informative. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on YouTube. I do Fix Friday every Friday, and I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, towards the middle of the week. Every other day I do whatever I feel like, and until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck. And please go check out Gabe on YouTube. I will link to his show in the show notes. Thanks for listening, everyone.